It's the Pod in the City weekly roundup. I'm John.
And I'm Amanda. It was truly a happy day over on The View when the cast of Sister Act 2 reunited. Lauryn Hill arrival time still pending.
RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars 9 said, "Okay, Teletubby, teleport us to Mars."
And over in the Teen Mom universe, we're reminded that no matter what, Amber's gonna Amber.
Oh, Amber, all that and so much more on this week's episode of the Pod in the City weekly roundup. Hi.
Whoops, forgot. It's not even funny anymore. Hello, everyone. Welcome.
Oh, hi, guys. You know what I realized? I don't have my headphones in. I'm going to put them
okay.
in.
Doesn't really make a difference.
Oh, it doesn't? Oh, that's unfortunate. Anyway, so hi, guys. It's Joan and Amanada. We're here. And we're really excited that you are too.
It's been quite a week, a wild week. Did you notice that today we have like a live notes thing that we share? We were both writing our intros at the exact same time.
Well, I have for some reason a notification every time you type in it. So it started, and then I was like, oh, I'll write mine too, I guess, while I'm sitting here.
Perfect.
Because we like to split duties.
Ooh, people are already noticing my nails.
Oh, yeah. You guys make sure that you listen to our episodes this week because we get into it on Amanda's nails.
Yeah, but they're just press-ons from shoppers.
Speaking of, let's get a few things out of the way. If you are into our favorite show, SATC, Sex and the City, please check out our new episode this week. It's The Awful Truth. It's yeah.
So Susan, Sharon, and Charlotte gets a dog.
ASMR this week is celebrating Pride. It's the tossed salad edition.
Tossed salad.
Please also check out our Patreon. Okay, we've had a couple new members in the last day. It's so nice to have you.
People got sick of you complaining about it.
People are like, just to shut this guy up. Get it? Done. Anyway, this month over on the Patreon, we are doing Pride Month, a celebration. June, Joan, darling. And this week's is all about TV shows.
Oh, yeah, we did that. We recorded that such a long time ago.
I get half mixed up because we record it before we technically do this, but then they come out on Wednesday. Anyway, if you sign up for our Patreon, the really nice thing is you can get early ad-free access to all of our episodes.
Yeah.
I mean, not the lives, obviously.
For someone with the same obsessive condition I have about listening to podcasts, that ad-free is so worth it because especially if you listen to podcasts in your sleep, I wake up every single time the audio changes at all. So if a commercial comes on, I will immediately wake up because now the mood has shifted. So
what's really nice about that too is if you didn't know this, what you can do is if you sign up for Patreon, what you do is you can get a link, a link, basically a link.
An RSS, yeah.
And you can put it in any podcast thing and you can listen to it there. So you don't necessarily have to ever use Patreon. After you sign up, it just kind of puts it in your thing. Also,
make sure you're signing up as a free member to any Patreons that you like because there may be that promotion coming out that I still don't know if I was supposed to mention, but I mentioned it.
So just go to our thing and check it out. You can join for free. Or if you want, it's $6 a month. Or there's a $10.
John, I just got really excited because I just looked at the list and I was like, there's a lot of really fun stuff I'm excited to talk about. So some weeks there's not a lot going on in the news, but I just looked at the list and I'm like, there's some really funny stuff that happened.
I agree. A couple weeks ago, it kind of was like, what are we going to talk about? And then this week, oh, baby. And there's stuff that we could have just left out of here, in fact. Now, something did momentously happen. Brilliant. Please. I sounded amazing there.
Yeah.
Guess what, babies? We hit 500 subscribers.
And we didn't even buy any.
We
really
didn't
did
buy a
legit.
single freaking one, which is really nice.
We're
And in
both too
fact,
cheap and lazy to actually because I'm like, maybe we could like discuss doing that, and then it just never happened, and then we got 500.
well, I
We're like,
feel
oh.
like, it's better to get things a little more organically. Because I also want people to watch our videos.
Also, it might look suspect if we went from 500 and then a week later we're at like 1,500.
Well, I've been uploading shorts. So if y'all are seeing those in your feed,
The RuPaul ones are popping off.
One of them has like 6,000 views. So I was like, yes, baby. Love is love. Okay. Love is love. Anyway. So thank you guys. If you're here right now, you are one of the people that helped us get to 500 subscribers. And if that's the case, baby, we love you.
She's in the Toronto airport right now.
Can you put us on speaker? Let everyone hear this amazing.
No, but do you want to see your dog? There he is. Well, Mo. Mo, you ready to see Mom?
Amanda was yelling at him right before this started, actually. So.
Yeah, I was screaming at him. I was whipping him.
If you want to support the dolls, you can check out Open That Doll, the TikTok.
I always giggle to myself whenever one of those comes up on screen, and then I get so jarred if you ever start speaking in a video because I'm not prepared for it.
Oh yeah, baby. Well, I've been working on my voiceovers. I actually did a little recording today at an antique mall. I'm trying things out. Anyway, check that ish out. All right. So we've got some things to share, and those are
oh wait, we finished. Perfect.
We got some hot topics, baby. In fact, a shit ton of them.
Yeah, we do.
A shit ton. Now, a big thing that came out this week is Alan Cumming, one of our faves. Speaking of Pride Month, darling, came out and announced the 3rd season cast of The Traitors.
Yeah, I mean, I like what network is that on?
Peacock.
Okay, I like that. Okay, well then that does make sense because they also do like VPR and stuff. I like that they at least notice when shows are trending and then they like fucking knock them out. Unlike freaking Sister Wives that takes 6 entire months off between. It's like if you were just pumping these out year round, like TLC could make, I don't know, they already make so much money, but way more money.
Well, I wish one of the Sister Wives people were on this.
Oh my god!
Should we finger blast our way through a few of these? Now, the first ones, I don't know. I guess they're from Big Brother. And then the third girl's from Survivor. So Danielle and Brittany are from Big Brother. Carolyn is from Survivor. Sorry, they may be iconic. I don't watch those shows religiously the way that I do others. Now, then next we have Chanel Ayan. She is from The Real Housewives of Dubai, which did premiere this week. We'll talk about that in a bit. Gabby, I can't read what it says under her name. What's it say?
Bachelor Nation.
Oh, okay. I don't watch any of that stuff. And then we have Dolores.
I know who that is.
From Real Housewives of New Jersey. And now Real Housewives of New Jersey is back. And it's bad, guys. It's really bad. Just cancel it. Anyway, I'm tired of watching Teresa Giudice on my screen. Anyway, then we have Robin Dixon, who was fired recently from Real Housewives of Potomac.
Okay.
Then we have the on pause Dorinda Medley, and they wrote Dorlinda. Whoever created this wrote Dorlinda. I did not create this.
This is like when I throw out a description for an episode, and then I find a spelling error, and then I have to re-put it out because I get way too excited.
Dorlinda is there. Okay. I think she'll be a mess. Then we have Chrishell, who is from something. Sierra is from
Sunset.
Oh, goodness.
I'm just reading it. I didn't know.
Sierra is from Summer House, and I think she is kind of on the tip now lately. I don't watch Summer House either. Nikki, who I think is she from the WWE?
Yes.
And then, I mean, the number one here, Bob, the mother effing drag
Woo! Oh, there's
queen.
another number one in the group coming up in the bottom row there.
If they don't put Bob as a traitor or ensure that Bob stays until the very last freaking episode of this show, then they are doing something mother effing wrong. All right. If they don't keep Bob the drag queen on Traitors season 3 until the end, Traitors, you're done for me. You're done. Last season, you cut Peppermint, first episode, and I'm sick of it.
But also, Bob is like, I mean, I love Peppermint, but Bob is in a totally different category than Peppermint.
I
mean,
1000%.
Bob.
I 1000% agree. But the reason that last year Peppermint got kicked out was because they seemed suspicious because they were like, I don't know, like expressive. Literally, it was them being expressive like a drag queen. Sorry. And anyway, next we have Jeremy. Don't know him. He looks like he's from Survivor though, based on the background. We have Tony, who I do know that guy. He is infamous from Survivor. Mm-hmm. And then we have Boston Rob from Survivor as well. He's been on other stuff too. He's infamous from there. Dylan, don't know him. Ivar, don't know him.
Dylan is Zac Efron's brother, and he's listed as Zac Efron's brother.
He is fine. He is fine.
Yeah, I mean, I'll watch him. He's probably, I love Zac Efron. Dylan's probably really nice and hot. I'll watch him on my side.
Ivar is a lord of somewhere.
Okay.
Which they always try and shove some person random like that.
I bet he's got a lot of skeletons in his closet.
Well, I'm hoping he gets kicked off quickly. Wells,
oh God, yeah, he hosts he's like the bartender / kind of host on Bachelor in Paradise.
Oh,
and he's fine, but his like worst quality is that he's married to Sarah Hyland, who we discussed last week.
Okay, Amanda, they have recording of Sarah Hyland singing "Suddenly Seymour." Have you heard it?
No, I assume it's perfectly fine. It's not that hard a song. Audrey's not that hard a song to sing.
I heard now the first comment. We were having a conversation before this about how I guess 10-year-olds go on TikTok and flood it with comments that are like, Queen, she's legend. This is like, they're everything. Legend. They were born to be this. They were born to be on the stage.
So you're talking about Sabrina Carpenter, and I was like, why am I supposed to like this person? This girl sucks.
Well, that's happening in the comment on that because literally the first one is like, her voice is perfect for this. Okay, Sarah Hyland can sing, and literally it is. I'd say.
I feel like it's probably
no offense, Sarah Hyland. No, it's worse. It's actually probably it's worse than something I'd hear like in a class where those type of classes that
like
you would
a master
have
class.
People like performing
a master class.
I've heard. Anyway. I told us, I was like saying like we should keep on one topic at a time. Good job, John. Anyway, then we have Bob. Bob from Biggest Loser, right? We actually mentioned him on one of our recent recaps. What was that?
I don't know.
Because we talked about how terrible Biggest Loser is. And then we said subsequently that the hosts were gay. I think that was on I think
it must have been on the gay week.
Our gay TV June Joan episode. Then we have
these two kings, the last two kings.
These
the traitors.
You know what? Casting did a perfect job because these two bitches are traitors. They literally are. You could just have the show be these two because they suck. Sam Asghari, suck it. Brittany forever. Oh my God. He signed disgusting.
Non-disclosures though, so like he's not allowed to.
I did see that.
Like,
okay, so what came out though is like he is listed as Britney Spears' ex. Okay, but then what came out later now is that Brittany he didn't sign non-disclosures. Brittany forced him. Pull back on the mic.
Pull back on the mic.
Brittany forced him to not talk about her on the thing.
Okay. There's
like
rumors?
She said that she was that's true. Like in court and in documents, she said you are not allowed to speak of me. So what the hell is he gonna talk about?
No, but he'll probably be manipulative as heck.
He'll be like, I was married to a famous person. And I loved her so much.
Why did you take this away right before the best one?
I don't know if I did. I think I just got worried because
Oh, okay.
I was shouting into the mic.
All right.
No.
Well, last guy here.
This,
Number
I'm
one guy in the group.
hoping they cut him first
No.
episode.
Oh, he's so funny.
Okay, well then I need Bob to read him the house down
He
boots,
will.
mama.
Oh, he will. But
Quickly.
Tom Sandoval is who we're talking about, obviously. Famous for, I mean, truly just Scandoval. That's what made him famous to me. I didn't know who that was before that happened. I couldn't have like name dropped him.
Okay, well, but you didn't watch
Special
Vanderpump.
No, I mean I knew what Vanderpump was, but like I couldn't name a cast member.
My mom's point of reference for Tom Sandoval and Jojo Siwa are that show Special Forces.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm like, my mom's like, oh, what do you guys talk about on there? Oh, Vanderpump Rules, Scandoval, Tom Sandoval. Do you have any idea who that is? She's like, oh, I think he was on my show, Special. And I think it was called Special Forces. Anyway.
Special Forces is a hit with the lesbian community.
Something that happened was Real Housewives of Dubai premiered season 2. Now, there was a huge lag between the 2 seasons. I thought the first season was fine. It did introduce some iconic people. And there is an iconic cast member. So we have Chanel Ion. She's here in the middle. And she's probably the one that's popped off the most here because she is on Traitors. She's in that top row. But next to Chanel here with the blonde hair is Caroline Stanberry, who is also, she got her Bravo start on a little show called Ladies of London. Now, Ladies of London is on Peacock now. It was harder to find for a while, but now they're all on Peacock. The last week, I've been just letting them play in the background. I'd seen them all before, but this is it's like a Real Housewives of London, basically. But I would watch it, y'all. In fact, Amanda, I might suggest you watch this. It's only 3 seasons. There's like 10 episodes a season. Easy breezy.
I don't know. I have such a world of possibilities open to me now that I have the HDMI splitter thing, so I can watch literally anything now.
Well, aren't you looking for Rex? Because
I want to address something really quickly. Wait. Oh, first of all, on Vanderpump, I'm on season 9, which is when Sandoval is he's kind of likable in the first few seasons, but now he's like going through some because he's just so extra whiny and like annoying and like, oh my god, I can't stand you. And so like I'm interested to do you think that the affair was happening during season 9? Because if so, that's wild because Rachel isn't even like in the show really. So I can see why this was such a bombshell when this happened.
I don't think it was really happening I don't know. They said that it happened in some of the episodes in season 10, but before we're gonna do a little Vanderpump deep dive in 2 seconds.
Let me get one other thing out of the way quickly because this is still on topic, and then we can just blast that out.
Okay.
Salo Walloway asked which sister wife would you want on Traitors?
Ooh.
And I mean, I would love
Cody.
I didn't even think of Cody.
I mean, honestly, he would make the best TV, I feel.
He would be really funny on Traitors because he gets so mad at women. He hates women so much, but he also wants to bro out with men so bad.
He would want to be a traitor so badly.
Yeah, but he's just so dumb. Terrible. Like it works in his little community that he's formed for himself, like Robin's stupid family. But like when he goes out and meets like real people that are way smarter than him, that would be hilarious. But I think I don't know. I'd love to see any of them because Robin's really manipulative too. But again, she's so freaking dumb. But really,
I don't think she would do well. I couldn't really see any of the wives doing that well. Maybe I actually think Mary might be.
See, now let's segue into just a quick
delusionality.
A little alert here, guys. It's happening. Mary Brown has been promoting.
Where is this?
Someone got her to say yes for their podcast. And she's been promoting it all like week. And she's going, I mean, all week she posted like this video that was like a compilation of her like walking to her car to go to the meeting, and it's like coming up in a few hours, and it's like, okay,
What's
just
she gonna
announce it
talk
after it's
about?
done.
What's
I
her
don't know. It's gonna be
organization
bullshit, but
called again?
it's the Misunderstood with Rachel podcast, hosted by Rachel Yucatel, who is to me famous for being one of Tiger Woods' mistresses. So she hosts a podcast now, and it says this is from the real Mary Brown on her Instagram. It's today, June 10th at 6 p.m. Eastern. So it's happening in 10 minutes. Stay here.
This is live. You can listen to Mary's bullshit.
I think that's live too.
No. What's ridiculous here is that she has put this huge timestamp here, and all it says is that the episode drops.
Stupid. Okay. So anything good that she would have said would have been edited out already. Okay, well then don't definitely stay here.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm honored to be invited by her to drop by for a chat. Catch the podcast when it drops at 6 p.m. where you find your favorite podcast. P.S. Thank you, the Tanner Harmon and your Muse Media team for following along and creating this fun video for us. #WorthyUp. The video was just her like walking, like schlepping to the studio. Does it seem like I almost wonder if me and Jody reached out to Mary if she would have said yes? Because like it seems like she's just saying yes to anything. She's going on Rachel Yucatel's podcast. I mean, we would never.
I love y'all, but I bet you Rachel Yucatel's is like some. I mean, it obviously is in a studio where Mary had to go to. And
but it's just an interesting choice. Like, why would of all podcasts to be interviewed for? I don't think she's ever like done many.
Okay, right? I think what you should do is you should start watching Below Deck.
Yes, this was one of my notes. Guys, give me recommendations, especially for Peacock shows, I guess. But like these things that everyone's watching. The next thing on my agenda, because I'll probably finish Vanderpump tonight. I'm thinking of getting into.
You're gonna finish all of Vanderpump tonight.
I'm like, halfway through season 9. It's a slog, and I really hate Brock so much.
Brock's terrible.
All I knew about him before was that he's hot, but anyway.
Except he has thick thighs and a fat ass.
He's got really thick thighs. He's and he has an accent. Below Deck, I think, is something that I do want to embark on next. What do you guys think? Let me know. What's a good thing to binge?
So I say Below Deck because this brand new season of Below Deck just started. And honestly, you could just start this. I think there's one episode out now. What happened here was, so this is Below Deck Med. Okay. I think this is Below Deck Mediterranean season 9. If you get truly into Below Deck, there's about 40 seasons. I think you have to,
okay. But I don't mind that. I went through Grey's Anatomy.
The returning people here we have Captain Sandy, who is a divisive character in the Below Deck sphere because a lot of people absolutely hate Captain Sandy.
Okay, why? She just like
they just criticize her, and they think that the way she is a captain is wrong, and they don't like the way that she does things and whatever.
And she's a woman. Weird that people have issues with her.
I didn't want to say it, but I'm sure that has nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
And then we have on the left, we have Aisha, who is Chief Stew. She actually came from Below Deck. What is it? Down Under, which I guess. So what happened was they were doing a season of Below Deck, the main one. And one of the people, some allegations came out about them, like doing things like bad things they shouldn't be doing to women, I guess. I don't want to say worse.
Wasn't there like an R word caught like on tape pretty much? That
there was, and that was different. That was completely different. This is another person who has now been on a couple seasons separately. I don't know if it was related. I don't know if the incidents happened on the show, but I guess they've been scrambling because they just had a season of Below Deck Mediterranean. And so this one is now like churned out really, really fast. Who knows how it'll be? I personally like Below Deck more when you can binge watch them because I don't like it split up.
Juju NB just let me know she's also an out lesbian.
Which
I mean, get her out of there.
Love.
I don't want a lesbian running my ship.
That's exactly what I want running my motherfucking ship. And I know you're obviously kidding. Now,
Obviously.
happy Pride, y'all. Anyway, we are going to do a little dip into some more Vanderpump and Bravo bullshit because
this is good. Yeah, so I listened to this. Billy Lee, who is, thank God that she's
thirsting to be on the show.
Yeah. Again, so like Billy and the Kid, this podcast, which I mean, never heard of it.
Another podcast, because why wouldn't Billy Lee need a podcast? Of course.
Did she get actually like let go from Van? Like it was like a light let go. Like we don't really need you, but good luck.
Well, she was always just like a friend of, but then I don't think she ever really truly integrated into the group.
She tried though. Oh boy, did she ever try to get like that's the thing. I'm like the optics wise. I think I told you this last week before we recorded. I'm like, she was set up to be such a favorite because like the girls are all such bullies to all of the new girls, but with Billy Lee, it's this trans woman coming on. So you could tell that all the other girls, and not in a malicious way, were genuinely like, okay, like overcompensating almost to like let her into the friend group and be supportive and go with her to her like surgery appointments and just like being super. And her personality was so fucking aggressive and bad that like the other girls were like, ugh, never mind, you suck, go away. Yeah. It was obnoxious. Whoa. I can't stand her.
So Billy Lee, a couple different incidents happened this week with Billy Lee, and that's why I say she's thirsting to get on the show hardcore, and I'm hoping they just cancel Vanderpump Rules at this point. I don't want to watch it anymore.
No, and so, I don't want that. I don't know why people say that. I love to watch
it.
And Teen Mom came back with
it's not messy enough. The problem is they're trying to do rehabs on people's images who I don't want to see them. You can't rehab an image that isn't ready to be rehabbed. Tom Sandoval is not ready to be the hero again.
Well, you know who is also trying to scrape their way into a rehab, which it's like not happening, is Joe. Because Joe is a guest on this podcast.
Can we do an impression of Joe on the podcast? Because that's what really stuck out to me. Do you remember this at all? Or would you like me to play Joe?
Well,
I'll play Joe. You play Billy Lee. Okay. Could you just talk like Billy Lee would?
So I was out with Sandoval and I was at his house and his girlfriend like kept calling her Victoria.
Yeah, and Victoria was and she really was into this idea that
so I was at Sandoval's house and she texted me and I wanted to have plants in air.
The plants. I mean like Tom and the plants.
No, this is really except
that is not an exaggeration.
Yeah, there were two other girls there as well. And the first thing I said to you, I was like, "Oh, did you listen to that Billy podcast?" And you were like, "Yeah, it sounded like they all just did a lot of like meth."
I don't think did. I say
you were like you're like I think Joe did a lot of crack cocaine right before doing it. But it's true.
She never shut up.
She never shut up, and like her legs, she was like sitting like that Molly Shannon character in SNL.
She always has her shoes off, and she's like knees up, like. I'm a cool girl. I don't know. I need Joe. I need to be done with Joe. Something else.
I kind of am loving her though. It's hilarious. But anyway, that was that. They were just bitching about Tom Sandoval, saying like that he's such a bad friend. And here's my take on that. Apparently, Billy's major problem is that Victoria, his girlfriend, is constantly messaging him, asking where and he's threatened by his relationship with Billy. And wow, Victoria, what a psycho bitch to mistrust Tom Sandoval. Why? How could you not trust this man? He's done so many things to prove that he's a great boyfriend.
Now, Victoria and Tom Sandoval claim that she's never watched Vanderpump Rules. She didn't even know who he was before they met. Sweetie, no. And now there's this thing where Billy Lee also said that they were trying to stage an intervention for Sandoval, and that now with his new girlfriend, they're doing all kinds of bad things and like doing way worse things that he would do.
I don't really judge people for like having fun with drugs, but like he's like 40 years old.
Here's the thing. It doesn't, this all just feels like, because now Victoria and Kyle Chan, who is like Tom's bestie.
I know who Kyle Chan is.
You do know?
He kind of stays
He's like a jeweler who I think is like 10 years older than everyone else, unless
I don't think he's trying to be thirsty or anything. I think
he's but Victoria and Kyle Chan went on some podcast and did an interview which
Do you know what
why?
podcast that is? Because I would like to listen to that.
Look on TikTok. Look
Okay.
up Victoria and
Okay.
Kyle Chan. I bet it'll pop up because that's where I
Got
saw it. And it's some gay guy like me in the corner. And every time they're saying something, he's like,
Oh my gosh. Can I mention, have you seen that? This is one of my favorite sound clips on TikTok is that gay guy. I'm going to just go out on a limb and assume he's gay. Interviewing Jojo Siwa. And she's telling that story about like how she's like eating Jojo Siwa ice cream with a Jojo Siwa spoon. Have you seen this?
okay.
And the interviewer is like, tell us your crazy story. And she's like, oh my God, like, I don't even know if I should say this. This is about. And then at one point,
she got stoned, right?
Right, she's stoned. But in the middle of the interview, she's like, I don't even know if I should say this is bad. And then he just goes, Jojo!
I have
such a funny. I was like, me and John should do a reenactment of that.
We didn't touch on Jojo, but you know who was touching on Jojo? Herself. Because I came across.
Were like up her P word.
I did not come across. I stumbled across. Yikes. I stumbled across a TikTok that I was forced to watch. And it's Jojo at a pride, because I guess that's Jojo's thing now. She's just going to prides everywhere and performing her songs.
And screaming at everyone in the audience.
Full on takes her hand and puts it all the way down, fully to her vagina, inside of her underwear. Into her
steamy outdoor.
She's been performing in the same spandex outfit she's been wearing. She puts it down in there. Then she takes it and puts it up under and like rubs her boob. Y'all.
So gross. Like...
In the same performance, she also has a bottle of like a handle of Tito's vodka. And is like running around the stage, like drinking it and singing her and singing
so
her
edgy. I can't drink Tito's vodka. Well, I can't drink anything, but like I can't.
I don't drink vodka anymore. Okay. So are we good on that? Oh, okay. So Amanda Amanda watched the what's it called? The Randall Scandal.
Yeah, because I have my HDMI. I can watch anything I want on my television. And I'm so obsessed with Vanderpump. And Randall just finally got like introduced and stuff.
And like, don't you see why Lala fell head over heels? Because he's so hot and so attractive. The way people talk about him is really great. All of these assistants who have like full PTSD from working with him. Like this Lala claims to this day that this is so this is a similar situation to what happened to her, or what happened to Ariana. And you know what? Ariana just needs to get over it.
Oh my God. The two assistants that they interview in this documentary, it was the same vibe of them reliving it in their head as that Michael Jackson documentary Escape from Neverland or whatever, Leaving Neverland.
I've never watched
that's how these men were talking. They're like, he made me book a private jet and I had to put it on my own credit card. And my credit rating went through the roof. It was just like really, really bad. And like, but the best part of this is that my favorite podcaster and yours, Heather McDonald, opening scene of this thing. I'm like, Randall Scandal play. And it just opens with Lala being interviewed by on the Juicy Scoop. And fine. Like, I get it. And again, I bitch about her all the time.
And Lala's like, I thought that I married a good man. I never suspected that he did these things, except when we role played at hotels and pretended that I was his she was his casting couch. You've seen that part, right?
Yeah, I've seen it all. Yeah. She just recently, like a couple episodes ago, she told Lisa Vanderpump that she wanted to get some kind of douche for Randall's butt for when she has to go down there and attend to the area. And Lisa was like, ooh.
And like, this is the person. Anyway, I'm not saying.
Love Lala. I would definitely be friends with Lala.
Amanda,
what? Who do you want me to be friends with? Rachel? Gina?
No.
Oh my God! Out of all these people,
Katie,
I would be best friends with.
That is the only one. honestly, that I
Okay.
feel like
But I'll throw Lala, like not like as a best
I
friend.
couldn't deal with Lala. So Lala gets pissed at you and she's like, you know what I'm going to do, Amanda? I'm going to cap you.
She would never get pissed at me because I would be so scared of her all the time. I would be like constantly trying to keep her happy.
Well, she likes people like that, I think.
That's why we'd be friends, and
quickly,
I'm good at that. No, I have more to say.
Oh, you do.
So opening thing, Heather McDonald, but then she does get interviewed for certain segments on this thing, and it opens it. Yeah. Everyone else is like, hi, I'm Adam, and I host the podcast Up and Adam. And then here's my thoughts on this. Heather's like, I'm Heather McDonald, and I guess like, well, what you would know me most for right at the moment would be Juicy Scoop, this podcast. And so bad, she wanted so bad to list like all of her other credits, but then as it went on, she's like,
be?
She had like
Chelsea,
a scene in White Chick, Chelsea
show,
lately. Right? She had a line on like a Jonas Brothers episode that I didn't even know that show existed. But when they get back to her at one point,
who was on a Jonas Brothers music video? Sheena. Great.
And I think she was on an episode too. Anyway, they go to when they found out that Randall was cheating, which I still haven't gotten to in Vanderpump yet. It goes to Heather McDonald. I kid you not. She goes, I mean, she's blaming herself. She's like, I look back and I just think, should I have seen the signs? Should I have said something to Lala? It's like, no one's thinking that. Lala's not at home like, damn, why did Heather not clock it?
So is Heather a narcissist?
Yeah, I think she might be. Anyway,
I don't know.
The Randall Scandal, but you don't need to watch it. My recap right there was enough. But I mean,
let's cleanse our palates because the ultimate something about her baby Diane freaking mother effing Keaton showed up at actual. Good. She always looks good. I want to be Diane Keaton when I get older.
Amazing.
I love her to death.
She wear a hat.
You know what? Does anyone still wear a hat? Anyway,
good reference.
One now to really barf though, really quickly before we get into some good shit.
The gay
Look
stuff.
who has an effing show.
Yeah,
Ilaria.
She had no idea this was happening, so I got to spring this on her in our last Browntown. But I mean, we're gonna recap it. I will force her.
Oh, you're gonna watch? Your guys are gonna like recap?
Yeah, we'll throw it on
episodes?
something. Yeah,
wow.
We'll throw it on like a TRP or something.
I believe this will be unwatchable. Unwatchable. I'm calling it now because they are so inauthentic.
What's the goal? Like Al Baldwin is smart. He's a smart guy. How could he possibly think this will be a good idea? Come on.
He needs money.
Okay. I mean,
I'm just saying.
I guess that. Yeah.
I think he needs money. I'm just saying. And I think Ilaria wants fame more than she already has, but I don't see this popping off for her because my recollection is like when she cooked she was on a show cooking and she's like, now guys, Ilaria was born in the United States, I believe, and lived in the United States like most of her life. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but she has family who lives in Spain. So she has family in Spain. She uses an accent that she has acquired by choice, I believe. And she's talking about cooking something. She's like, okay, then I take the cucumber, then we blah, blah, blah. And she's like, how you say tomato or like, it's something just.
Okay, well, the worst part
how is this going to work?
The worst part of the show that you're not mentioning here is that there are so many children in the show.
Oh, and the kids I don't care about. It's like,
and you know that they're gonna think that this is like cute and like look how crazy our house is. And I'm watching that just like
again. Like I cannot even imagine how this is gonna play out to more than 30 minutes. Like, what is the conflict here? Like, oh my god, we have too much money. Ilaria needs to know how to cook.
Do you think that this picture here was even posed, or they were just like, they just took 700 pictures like really quickly, and this is pretty much the chaos that they live in at all times?
Well, I think what they did was they did everything, and then I think Ilaria went back later and said, okay, I want my perfect face.
I look the skinniest in this
I want to look the best. It's about me. It does not matter what anyone else looks like in the photo. No, I'm putting on a fake accent because she herself has a fake accent. All right, guys, guess what, babies? It's time for, let's see. I need this off before I can do a little cute transition here. Guess what, guys? It's time for a RuPaul's Drag Race. Dang, 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 dang. Now, here's what I'd like to really start with is some iconic shit has happened. There is now a RuPaul Monster High doll. Now, if you didn't know, I am a dub Barbie collector. I don't have
love
any
that
Monster Highs.
in our cover here. You have we have 4 things in this, and 2 of them are RuPaul.
Well, I'm trying to see. I know where our bread is becoming buttered, and I'm trying to get views, baby. Our RuPaul shit has somehow given us like the subscribers we needed to get to 500. So anyway, the RuPaul doll, guys, it's so cute. It's $55. I am not buying it because I don't own a single Barbie that's $55.
What
and
if
those
I
are
bought
like
this for
Bob
you and
Mackey's.
sent it to you?
Oh my God, I'd love it. But I mean, you know.
But no, I said this to Justine when we were at the expo because there were a couple cute things that I was like, oh, I would buy that for John. But I'm like, I feel like if I sent John a present, you'd be super happy. But then you'd also be like, ugh, now are we like buying presents for each other?
No.
That would be my thought. I'd be like, oh, is this now a thing?
I love gifts, but I'm always
I love giving.
I'm bad at receiving things. It makes me like, I don't know how to. I don't think I'm ever good at like being the right amount of excited for something. Like,
if we
I'm
hit
excited.
1,000 subscribers on YouTube, I will send Joan this doll.
What I'm hoping is maybe Mattel or whoever made this could. I think it's Mattel. Mattel, send me the RuPaul's Drag Race, or what is this? The RuPaul Dragon Queen Monster High doll. I need it. Send it.
I like it.
And I'll make.
I wish it was more colorful. I don't like.
I don't
like black clothes.
I wish it was more colorful as well. It could be better for me, but what I've been seeing is a lot of people have been getting it on TikTok, and they've been like changing its clothes.
Oh yeah,
and it's really fabulous that way.
Is it actually Barbie like brand?
No, it's Monster High. So they have like.
Not all the clothes should be fittable on everyone, right?
People are putting all different kinds of clothes, like Bratz clothes. And
Amanda says her friend bought this.
Oh, wow. Okay, wow. Oh, I think I just heard my own.
Guess what I watched this week in between Vanderpump Rules? I watched RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars 9, but only one episode, and I think only about half of it. But I watched.
Was it the most recent one or the?
No, it was the first one. I'm gonna watch it all. I promise I will finish Vanderpump tonight. There's no way I won't. So I will be watching. And then there's only like 6 episodes so far, right? So I should be able to catch up.
I actually think this last week it's only the 5th episode.
Okay, great. So I'll be able to catch up so we can actually talk about it together.
Yeah.
But I'll let you just fly
now. Let's get into it, honey. All right. So basically, they do need one with RuPaul in colors. And that's supposed to be a dragon. And I'm kind of thinking you could have done like full rainbow or flames or something. Like I would have loved a flamer situation.
Hell yeah.
That'd have been fabulous. Anyway, RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars 9 this week was all about like, those marketing challenges that they have. Make a commercial.
Which is actually that's an actual good challenge because this is something that they're going to use in their real life.
Now, I would agree, but unlike other seasons where like it was create a product that you remember in All Stars 2, they had to create their own product and then make a commercial for their own product, right?
Yeah.
Like Alaska did the tuck tape, Detox did the trash talking garbage can thing.
Oh, and then Tatiana did talking tea with TT or something. Yeah.
And so on this one, they did it more like they were in pairs and they had to sell different like locations, like in a selling sunset type thing, like come visit this town and we'll sell you a house here. It was convoluted in my opinion.
Okay. So was it more like when they had to make the rooms and it was like clubs?
Kind of like that, but it was even less than that. It was more like, okay, you're going to be assigned one of 4 locations. We have like Back Swamp, Louisiana, or like Gatorland, Florida. and then like somewhere in Tumbleweed, Texas, and then somewhere in Alaska, and then Salem, Massachusetts. Okay. And so then each pair had to like sell a house in that location as though they were like realtors famous in that location for selling.
That's fun.
Yeah. It was fine. Some highlights from the episode. Main highlight was the Teletubbies were on this episode, which baby
controversial.
Oh, really?
You think? Because remember the one had the purple and it was a triangle and it was gay. No, the purple one's gay.
Tinky Winky, yes. I know.
What is it? Wait, all about Tinky Winky. La.
There's Tinky Winky. Dipsy.
There you
go. La. Po. There you go.
Dipsy. Okay.
Dipsy. Anyway, they are gay icons at this point. So I loved it. They did that was the mini challenge. They came out and danced with the Teletubbies and it was cute. Then I'm going to do a runway rundown here.
All right.
Our weekly rundown.
Who won or are you going to say who won?
The mini challenge? I don't remember.
No, like the actual. Oh no, I'll let you cook. But I just want to say really quickly, I really love Got Mick.
Oh,
she's so funny. Like,
did you ever watch? No. Did you watch Got Mick on the?
No.
Oh, you never saw their original season.
I knew nothing of her, but I think she was on was she on like Family Feud or something when RuPaul was on? Or I don't know. She was on some panel of something that I saw, and that's all I knew of her. And she's really funny. I love her.
Yeah,
she's hilarious.
She's like doing really well. She's doing really, really well on the show. I think she might be the one that might win. I'd like to ask about what the fuck happened here. Mama Ru, I got questions.
That look, hang on, take it down for a second. That looks like how my hair looked when I curled it, and then I was like, I'm gonna put it in little ponytails, I think, because it just wasn't working. So that's
okay. So again, I'm gonna ask the question. I need a real deep dive about what the fuck happened with this look here, because the dress was gorgeous. I didn't even put the dress in here because I don't care. The wig. No, the makeup to me is too white. There's too much white in the eyes. Raven, I'm sorry. I am not a makeup person, so I don't actually know what I'm talking about. But I would look at this and think there's a little too much white in those eyes. Remember, Alyssa says you put a little too much pink in that eye. Now, my real question is the top of the wig and the bang piece. What's happening there, Amanda? With the bang piece type thing and the top.
It looks like this was, you know what, this almost like her makeup almost looks like it was really good earlier in the day.
Oh, okay.
And now it's just kind of fadey.
I see.
Or maybe she like rubbed her eyes by accident and they had to do a quick touch up.
Or they put like some extra powder or something in it. Like,
I think this just looks like end of day makeup.
The wig is so bad.
Or she like walked outside. Maybe she went out to get a cigarette and it was really hot out in LA.
I just refuse to believe that this is the host. Like, what? All
right, well, let's see some other looks.
All right, I'm going to go through each look. Now, this outfit, this runway was like a reveal, okay? So it was all about having, a 2-in-1 type sitch.
Yeah.
We'll start off with Vanjie. Now, Vanjie's going for a pretty woman type situation. So
all right, yeah.
I wasn't really shocked. Here's her mid-transition. She takes off the coat.
Was she just taking off? Oh, okay. And that's not really a...
Now she's pretty woman. Which, okay, fine. I was not surprised by this. She looks gorgeous. Like, her face is... amazing, like another level. She looks
her
amazing.
Voice is more raspy than Jojo Siwa.
Yeah, but it's at least annoying. Like it's like somewhat pleasant to listen to.
Oh, that one I love her too. I didn't know this one before.
Angeria Paris Van Michaels.
Love her. I love her face too.
This is her first. This is her first look, and then this is the reveal. It's pretty basic. This is probably one of the worst. Because all it is she lets the skirt down and it's like a long dress. Then we have Gottmik, which here's the front. I couldn't get better photos than this. Here's the front, which I'm like, okay, what's she gonna do? She's gonna pull this away. What she actually did was she turned around, and the back. This is all I could show because she's in lingerie, like full on.
Oh, okay.
The back of the suit is like basically burned away. So she's holding a cigarette, and then the back of the suit is like burned away, and you can see like she's in full lingerie underneath it. It was really cool.
Okay, love that.
Then we had Roxy. Now, Roxy's whole thing is, they keep mentioning how Roxy makes all of her own outfits, which she does. I think she has a couple that she has brought or had someone else make, but she mostly makes her own. This was her first one. It was like a day to night.
Okay,
which
I like that.
I kind of liked it. I thought it was a little basic, but I also really thought it was pretty. All she did was basically open the coat and flip it around. But because of the print of the fabric, it was like impactful. You know what I mean? Then we had Plastique Tiara. And she looked really freaking amazing.
She is your favorite? Like, I remember, like, after watching it, I was like, oh, yeah, I remember her. And I'm like, John, like, loves this one. Nothing
I didn't
bad
say she's my favorite.
Okay.
I'm saying I think she is so fine as a man and a woman.
Okay.
And she's pretty fierce and fabulous.
Okay.
On the runway. Now, they did put her, spoiler alert, they put her in the top this week, which, anyway, was fine. I didn't think the challenge was all that great. So here was her mid reveal. And then this is her final thing, which was this like alien robot thing, which was...
I feel like it's kind of a cheat though when you just have like a tight bodysuit underneath and then you just take off what you're wearing on top.
That's not a bodysuit though. These are like pieces that are like on top of her skin, basically.
Okay.
It's kind of hard to see. It's like metal pieces or like vinyl or something that's like
that's cool.
3D printed some shit. There is a rumor going around that she spent like $250,000 buying costumes for this shit.
Woo-hoo.
Because she's the richest.
Charity.
She's the richest queen of all the queens, I guess.
Oh my god!
Well,
even
except
more than
maybe
like Alaska.
I don't think
Bianca.
I don't think Trixie or possibly Bianca, but she's up there because she has like 20 million followers on TikTok or something.
Okay, yeah.
So they always talk in the episode about how she just has a bunch of money anyway. They're like, oh, which car is that? Plastique? Is that the Jaguar or the?
Okay, that's pretty cool though. Whoever thought that would be a genuine profession.
Here's Georges, who I'm gonna say what I said before previously is that Georges doesn't need to be on a non-elimination season. And I think she even recognizes it because she breaks down at the end and is like, I'm just not as good as everyone else. I'm trying really hard, but I'm just not as good.
Oh,
and you know what?
Yeah, like, the second she walked into that workroom, I didn't know who she was. And I'm like, oh, this is bottom.
Like, we get it. She's really talented, but she's not like,
it's not the same
she's
caliber.
Not a Roxy Andrews or like even like a Chanel. So here's her mid transformation. All she kind of did was like pull off this white thing, like, and it looked like throwing away toilet paper kind of. She was kind of basic. Then we have Chanel. I'm loving on here. I wish they would feature her a little bit more.
I know that I would hate Chanel in real life.
I would hate her in real life.
Like if she was in a show with you, she would be. Oh, she'd be very. She'd like,
hate us though, Amanda.
She'd hate us because she'd think we were just fucking around the whole time and not
unprofessional. She would think we were 100%. So unprofessional. I'm sure. Yeah. But you know, if I was in something with her, I'd probably try and act more professional. So sometimes people bring that up. Like I'd be afraid of her. Here's her mid transformation, and then she transforms like hers turned into this gown, which I kind of liked. It was fine.
Okay, I like that. Yeah.
No. People are hating on Nina West, and I gotta say, poor girl. She's better than her original season, but I'm gonna show you her 3. She did 3 looks, and now tell me if she should have just spent a little more time on the 2. We start with this.
Okay.
Look at the body of this.
It looks like there's a contraption underneath it.
There is.
Like a nun.
What the fuck? Why did you decide?
Yeah, this is stupid.
Here's what's under that.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
This is like stained glass print on the fabric, which you can see only up close. So her idea is like a nun to like a stained glass like imagery to this is the final look, which says God is a drag queen.
Wow, profound.
Let's just do a quick run through here. This is number one. Nina, are we giving this a toot or a boot? This is a hard boot, right? This is a hard boot. Tutor boot on this one. I'm gonna have to give it a boot.
Yeah, no, it's bad.
I think it's the best of the three. It's still pretty fucking bad. And then, like, girl, what? Why? What happened here?
She would have been out. Yeah, I don't.
Anyway, let me do a small short recap of what ends up happening at like with the challenge. Okay, so we have the pairings. We had Plastique and Roxy are a team. They do the Texas one, and they end up, spoiler alert, winning. Because Plastique really steps out of the box and does this wild and kooky Southern character thing.
Wow, revolutionary.
Which that was where I struggled because I actually thought the two that did best as far as acting like realtors that could have been in a place trying to sell a house might have been Nina and Chanel, because they did Salem, Massachusetts, and they were like witches and they were selling like a haunted house. And it was, you know, punny and whatever. I didn't think any of them were that funny. I don't think I laughed once, which happens a lot in these like branding and marketing challenges. Like they're normally not really that funny. And so we had so then we had Got Mick and Georges, which bless their hearts, but it was a mess, a terrible mess. It was not good one bit. Theirs was about Alaska, and their thing was we're both verse who like to we like to flip houses and flip fuck.
Oh, okay. Good one.
Exactly. Thank you.
All right.
And then we had Angeria and Vanjie. They were doing the Florida one. And the only thing that knocked them, I think, was that they basically were like Southern white trash people too, just like Plastique and Roxy were. So it kind of was like, which one was funnier of the two? And I guess they gave it to Roxy and Plastique. I do think that was also better for storyline, because what happened last week was that at the beginning of the episode, they gave away these badges, which are how they, keep score. They gave away badges. And by the end of the episode, Roxy and Vanjie, who started the episode with 0 badges, they ended the episode with 2 badges last week. And then they gave Roxy another one this week. And I suspect they know that Roxy gives the best TV as far as who to cut at the end of the episode, because they have to choose who they're going to snip from getting winning next week. They basically keep someone from winning.
Yeah, no, I saw a TikTok video of this happening.
And Roxy does this whole mumbo jumbo, which I like Roxy, trust me, but I did not believe this for one damn second. She turns her back and she goes and just walks back and forth down the line. And then she just happens to stop in front of the one person who already has been snipped twice. Okay. And no one else has been snipped twice. There's, in fact, people who have never gotten the thing at all. And she's just ends up behind them, and she's like, and then Roxy turns around, she's like, is it Angeria? Oh no, I can't do that. I can't do that to her. And it's like, girl.
Right. So then who did she go with?
Who did she end up going with? I think she did Got Mick.
All right. Oh no, it was Got Mick. You're right. All right.
I think it was Got Mick. Anyway, I'm really glad. And if you guys are watching for our recaps for RuPaul's Drag Race, we'll keep them coming. And please, when you're thinking about keeping coming tonight, just remember this wig, because it is ratty ass bullshit. And it is upsetting to me. It's truly upsetting to me, Amanda.
It's bad.
Anyway, what is next? This bitch. Oh, okay. Wait, no, you know what's really next?
Yeah, we'll leave that.
Oh, you know what? I think, we had a little bit more. Oh dear, I'm all over the place. That really took it out of me. That took it out of me. How about Oh Mary, Amanda?
Oh yeah, I don't really know. I just feel like this keeps coming up, and I keep hearing people like knowing what it is. So Cola Scola, who is the
He was on Difficult People, right?
yes, that's how I know. And he also is on he's on Las Culturistas a lot. I think he does a lot of podcast stuff. And
He was really famous on YouTube back in the day. Like he had a bunch of YouTube stuff.
That orange juice
forever ago.
commercial is like
He's
what
really
most famous
funny.
for. Yeah, so funny. I think they're non-binary now, so I think
okay. Well,
someone was
they
referencing
wrote
them.
like a biographical play about Mary Todd Lincoln without actually doing any research about Mary Todd Lincoln, and Cola Scola's whole thing is just being funny. So I'm sure this shit is hilarious. I mean, it was running off Broadway and they're transferring it, right?
Yeah, that's like a really big deal too for like such a little tiny play, and it gets moved to Broadway. What a huge deal! And this guy that played against him, in that the one that plays, I guess, Lincoln, played 40. His name was 40 in season 2 of You. Have you ever seen that show?
No.
With Penn Badgley.
I've never watched it.
You know who else was in You was Amber Childers, who was married to Randall, and Randall cheated on her with Lala. Anyway, that's it. But anyway, I just think it's cool. I mean, he's doing a lot of interviews on they're doing a lot of interviews on like late night TV, and it's always like hysterical to just watch.
Yeah, he is hilarious.
Love it.
Now, they also did the Sister Act reunion.
Oh, love this. Love this. They also interviewed Lauryn Hill was not there, and neither was Jennifer Love Hewitt, but honestly I'd forgotten she wasn't even in that movie. She's like doesn't do anything in it.
Oh yeah.
But first of all, there's this thing you can find on YouTube very easily where it's like a pretty long clip. And it just has every single person introducing themselves, like, and it starts with what's her name from Dreamgirls. And she's also in Abbott Elementary. Cheryl Lee Ralph.
Cheryl Lee Ralph.
And she's like, "Ooh, hello. I played this on Sister Act, and this is what I think, and this is what I'm doing now. I'm on Abbott Elementary." And then it goes through every single person that was there and like what they do nowadays. Cool. And then one of them, I didn't know this. One of the main people is Whoopi Goldberg's daughter, and you can kind of tell once you see it, but like she doesn't look exactly like her or anything. And now she owns a like cannabis company, like that she co-owns with Whoopi.
Oh wow!
I kind of love it. And they sang "Oh Happy Day" and "Joyful Joyful." And this guy who played the kid that sang it, and apparently did actually sing it, he still sounds the exact same. So talented.
He's great.
Oh my gosh! So they sang, and then "Joyful Joyful" was great too. Can you put up the other picture with the other girl singing? See, now in your memory, I feel okay. In my memory, I assume that Lauryn Hill sang this first little part, but then I in my head, even then, it's like, no, I think it was someone with a way better voice than Lauryn Hill. But I guess I didn't clock that. But that was this woman. She still sounds amazing. Everyone sounds amazing still. And Whoopi was in it too, and she was genuinely conducting. I was actually really impressed with her. What do you think? You seem so disinterested.
I thought it was good. They're doing a lot of these like nostalgia things. I loved Sister Act 1 and Sister Act 2, and I like still to this day, those are movies I could put on and watch and be totally fine and happy with it. Like if I had to watch a movie for 24 hours, I'd watch that shit.
Yeah, so check it out. You can find it on TikTok.
So a little gay music news. Adam Lambie came out with a new EP, and he has songs called Lube and Wet Dream on it.
Okay.
Now, I think Adam Lambert's voice is like top
I love him.
10.
And he's hot.
Amazing.
And he was one of the first people to be like, was he out on American Idol? He was at least out enough that it made people uncomfortable. And
I don't think that there was ever
confirmation.
I don't know. I can't reference back to the day because I don't know if people that back and then were like, "Ooh, I love him," and
Yeah, I actively watched that season.
But we're gonna do a run through too because I guess they had the finale of we have we have so much left still, and we're at 1 hour and 5 minutes.
Okay.
Anyway,
You can cut the James Corden thing. James
we're
Corden was
gonna
almost crashed on a plane, and there a
oh,
news article came out saying, hail like a hero hailed as a real hero because he was like, oh no, let the wave. He said something along the lines of like, no, everyone like calm down. Let's just let them off first, or something like that. And people were like, wow. All else is forgiven. A whole article was written because he was a decent human being for 5 minutes under the guise of full tragedy, possible death. He was kind of polite.
wow.
So
I hate James Corden.
congratulations.
I guess The Masked Singer wrapped up, and let's do a
Yeah.
blast through those, because did you watch
Okay.
it?
I love the first season I watched The Masked Singer, I was like Amanda obsessed with it. I could not get
Mhm.
enough of it. I made Jody watch it. Now Jody still watches it, and I'm like, I don't watch that shit anymore. I like left her.
Oh, it's
But because it's so insufferable to watch the judges, like, and Jenny McCarthy especially is so annoying. I hate her, and I used to love her. But they're guessing what's who's what's now I can't think of her name. The woman that was on it that we were talking about in our gay week, Patti LaBelle, she was on it, and Jenny McCarthy's up there guessing. I think it's Britney Spears. Is that Britney Spears? Is that Mariah Carey?
Oh,
it's like, no, it's clearly Patti LaBelle.
Well, I remember when Amber Riley was on it, who is another person who has an amazing voice. It sounded just like her. I mean, like, I was like, oh, that's Amber Riley. Got it. So
but anyway, but a couple of these I seem fun, so I thought I'd throw them up there.
Now we have Cisco as the lizard, Thong Song fame. We have Kevin Hart, who I hate Kevin Hart.
I like him.
I have a vendetta against him. He used to have this bit where he said that, like, if his kid ended up being gay, he'd beat the gayness out of them.
Yeah.
So
he keeps getting forgiven though.
He can go take a quick jump. Anyway, then we have Billy Bush of Grab Her by the Pussy fame, which
remember how he got fired for that, but nothing happened to the other guy.
Well, if he had run for president, maybe he'd be currently having 34 indictments or 34 felonies as well. Anyway,
I felt really bad for him when that happened. All right,
Chrissy Metz, but you felt bad for who?
Billy Bush.
Okay, fine. Chrissy Metz as Poodle Moth. Corey Feldman is the Seal.
Corey Feldman, oh god.
Now, I'm surprised did they win?
No.
Did Ruben and Clay win?
I think this is probably an agreed upon, like, okay, we'll be out like but I mean another one that's like how could this not? But that's a cute little reunion there, right? Clay and
Ruben?
My
god, and you could tell it was them because I saw clips of them too.
It sounds exactly.
And then we have Gumball is Scott Porter. Who the fuck is Scott Porter?
Now, the only reason that I put that is because he was runner-up. So I'm like, oh, I guess people care about it. He was on Friday Night Lights is what I saw.
Who won?
Vanessa Hudgens. Did I not get a picture of that?
You didn't put her in here.
Vanessa Hudgens.
Why is Vanessa Hudgens? One, how the hell did she win? Do you remember when they put her on, they gave her a Broadway show when she did Gigi on Broadway?
My God, you're right.
And that was
weird.
Bad.
That was really weird. That's right.
And I'm like, oh, her?
Well, it's also like Gigi doesn't need to be. Gigi can be forgotten.
No, forever and ever.
A couple of good songs, But anyway, Masked Singer. If anyone wants the best Masked Singer performance you're ever gonna see, look at Victor Oladipo, who is a basketball player, and he was thingamajig, and he just got back from knee surgery, and he sung this song called "Rainbow" by Casey Musgraves, and I will cry every single time I watch it. I could not get over this. Jody was like, "Enough of the thingamajig shit." Madly in love with Victor Oladipo. Anyway, that's our Masked Singer segment.
Before I let Amanda fall into her wormhole, I have a little bit of this today. And now I'm mourning blue. Now, I'm sure that no one watching this is one of these people, because if you are one of these people, I don't know how the hell you're watching us, because you're a horrible human being. Lately, there's been an epidemic when I go places, like today I went to Chipotle, okay? I did a pickup order. I ran inside. As I'm leaving, I see a girl pull up into the handicap parking spot, okay? And get out of her car and run inside to the Chipotle.
Yeah.
Now, did this girl, take a wild guess, did this girl have any markings that she might need to be in this spot?
No.
So why the fuck?
You're really aggravated about this.
What?
Okay.
That enrages me.
Really?
That enrages me.
I would never do that. Ever.
Never. That's what I'm saying. If you are willing to do that, you are a bad person. That is one of the, like, to me, that is like one of the, like, agreed upon rules of society. And when I see this happening, it's always like someone in their 20s. And this happens more than once. It's like I roll up to Quick Trip to go inside. Someone parks in the fucking handicap spot because they're like, oh, I'm running in for one thing. So fucking what? What about if someone's handicapped and needs that?
Are you parking in front of a fire hydrant? What if I pulled up next to you and I pulled in the handicap spot and then I hobbled in? Would you like get pissed? Even if I don't have a handicap?
I would be curious why you don't have a handicap license plate then. Or
it seems like a whole thing. You gotta go down to the thing that's fine.
It would be smart to get. Because then you can park closer.
I know,
the people that I'm seeing doing this are not
getting one is because I don't want to take away the opportunity from people who genuinely could.
Well, good for you, Amanda. You're not one of these people who this random person. Now I'm sitting here like, oh, okay, they didn't have the thing hanging from their rear view. I'm like, fine. Okay, I'll back out and let's see. Is their license plate? I'm fingers crossed their license plate has the symbol on it.
You're like a Karen now. What are you you're like investigating this woman now?
That is not Karening. That is looking for justice.
You should have.
That is a time that Karening should happen. Why are people parking in a spot that is reserved for people who need it? You're a piece of crap.
Have you ever? I'll use the handicap stall in the bathroom all the time.
Oh, well, so will I. But if you heard someone wheeling in their wheelchair, would you not wrap the shit up and pop out as quick as you could?
0 times in my life.
Same, but that is different than a handicap parking spot. Because let's say the person in the handicap car, or they're in their car, rolls up and they're like, well, need a spot. Oh.
That person's only running in to get like a diet or paper.
And no one's ever just running in. You're never just running in.
I've also never seen the example that you're saying. Ever.
Now you'll probably see it. People probably don't do that in Canada. It seems pretty freaking common in my area. And it's pissing me off.
You told this hilarious story on I think it was the episode of Sex and the City that we just dropped of you being at the bank. So everyone needs to go listen to that. I was laughing so hard. It was like I kept thinking about it throughout the week. I'm like, God, that would have really been a stressful situation for me too. Anyway, what's next? Go listen to our
That was it. And then now it's time for Amanda's wormhole of the week.
Okay, well, I mean, it's happening. I had what I would call like one of the best. I had a 3-day kind of weekend where I was like, I didn't touch the podcast stuff at all. And I did errands and I did nothing. And I woke up at like 3:30 one day. I think that was probably one of the days you woke up to probably 26 texts. You're like, you sent that at 4:30 in the morning.
Okay, Amanda texts me 15 things. Then at about 8 a.m., she's like, yeah. So because I sent her something. She's like, yeah, I sent you 15 messages and this is all I get from you. And I'm like, babe, you sent that at what, 6 a.m. here, my time?
No, it was like 4:30. But I was like, this is great. I did all my errands. I was done by like 7 o'clock, and then I had nothing else to do. So I just watched VPR, cleaned my house. But but I saw that I think Justine was texting me that there was an episode of Teen Mom out or something like that, and I was like, I guess I'll watch this. And I had watched the very first episode of the season, the one where Amber is late for the wedding. Which is even more hilarious now knowing what happens in this one. But so I'm like, I guess I'll watch this. And 5 minutes in, no, let's say 15 minutes in, I texted Jody and I was like, so like, we're doing I mean, I was so nice about it. I'm like, what are your thoughts? I really think we should do this. I think it's going to be really important and it's very cultural and everyone's talking about it. This is the best episode of Teen Mom. This is classic Teen Mom. Everything about
This
it
was the
good.
best episode of Teen Mom you've seen in a while?
It was back, baby. If the show,
Ooh.
like, for anyone who stopped watching because it's just not the same show,
Uh-huh.
this is the episode you watch because it is so good. I mean, I can get rid of all the new people. I don't care about them. Like Cheyenne is like nails in a chalkboard to me. I don't really care about her. Brianna's fine, but this was mostly featuring Caitlin and Tyler, Leah, who is in her. You remember Leah? She's in she's meeting with her dad, who wants to go to rehab. She hasn't talked to him in several years, but he's coming to get money from her to go to rehab. And when she goes to her meeting with him, she wears a blazer, and that's what we call Blazer Leah.
Oh God,
she likes to be Blazer Leah. But the main event here, this is all for me to say that this week, me and Jody are putting out like an extra episode where we are just recapping the entire fucking episode, like second by second. So check that out. It'll be on our Teen Mom tier or tier 2. But the Amber stuff. So I sent this to you, the 2 clips that were circulating, and I'm like, please watch this. I think it'll be good because people care about this. And you're like, actually, I've already been forced to watch those 2 things today from my algorithm. So it's the restaurant scenes with Amber.
Yes. Where Amber, it's like, what? It's her, what, isn't her daughter named Leah?
Her name is, the daughter's name is also Leah.
It's Leah's birthday, and they're all there basically like eating at that point.
Yeah. I'm frozen, so I'm going to pop out and then come back in. But can you do a little recap of what happened?
Okay. It's Leah's birthday, okay? And Leah pops out. I'm feeling like hot and sweaty, especially now because that just... Anyway, it's Leah's birthday. Amber pops in, and Amber's like, hi. And they're already basically all eating at this point. And so she's like, one, doesn't have a gift at all. She rolls up to the table, and you can tell that they don't really want her to be there all that much anyway, but she is. They don't want her there. All I said was she rolls up to the table, didn't bring a gift, is late.
and announces herself, I'm here! And Gary's gonna fucking kill her. Christina's in the mode of like, I'm not even gonna pretend to be nice to Amber anymore, but I'm gonna be polite. Like, I'm going to just be stoic. But she's not being fake nice anymore, which I'm loving for Christina. But Amber in the car, she gets in this like Uber, and which is weird. I don't know why she's being driven to this thing, but Gary's calling and he's like, yeah, so it's, we were here at 3:15. You're late. She's like, no, I'm not. And she goes, and now it's 4:00. So she's 45 minutes late. And then in the car, he goes, well, we've been here since 3:15. She goes, I'm going to be about 15 more minutes. So
okay, but at the restaurant, she's like, I'm right on time.
Yeah, something must have happened in the background because she seems very kind of caught off guard by him saying that she was late. She's like, no, I wasn't.
Like, it almost felt to me like one of those things where it was supposed to be like, oh, we'll be there at 4. They ended up getting there at like 3:45. So they already started ordering, and then they acted like she was late because they were early.
But I think they showed up too early, but she also, they probably meant to start at 4. But regardless, she showed up at 4. She left her house at 4. Which I just couldn't even imagine. I couldn't imagine being the type of person that's okay with doing that.
I think the people who are constantly late to things, you need to reaevaluate yourself.
Beakerface says something that must have happened was pills. Yeah, allegedly. But she gets there and she's being... I mean, it got dark toward the end because there was a whole segment where she was a monster. She called Leah... an asshole.
Oh, she was a monster? She
nice
only made her daughter cry on her birthday?
You definitely need a full ass glass of wine. That's like a heavy pour too.
She was like, what are you guys talking about? She's like, I have a new boyfriend. And she shows it to Leah. Yes. And Leah's like, oh, you know what? If you're happy... And
she was kind of snotty about it, but just in a 15, like, as long as you're happy. And Amber
let's remember that Amber had a long-term relationship with Matt.
Oh, so, yeah.
I get why Leah's like, okay. And who is the new guy Amber's with? Some gross, nasty thing.
His name is Gary.
Oh, dear God. Okay.
I've never been happier.
And so then literally, okay, Leah's like, whatever if it makes you happy. And Amber, on her daughter's birthday that she is late to with no gift, she's like, the fuck you talking about?
And
That's
Gary's
literally
like,
what she says to her
I know.
daughter.
Gary's like, calm down. And Leah's like, no, I wasn't being. And Amber's like, you piss me off. You make me want to swear. And Leah's like, no, I'm.
That is
Oh, she's
like,
fully gaslighting her.
you
And then
make me I
you
did this
make me
because
wanna
of
curse.
you, because you
make
made
wanna
me
curse.
do this. Oh my
And then
God.
she goes, you're just being a dick right now. God, Leah. And Leah, so that's the whole segment. And I was like, whoa, like that was like first part of the episode. And so that's when I was texting Jody, like, this will be happening. Like, we will be doing that. So then a whole second segment happens as the 11 o'clock number, if you will, where Leah starts to cry. Gary's so pissed. They're all eating dessert. And God, what happened? I think Gary just says, what time is it? And Amber's like, why are you worried about the time so much, Gary? And Gary's like, well, we need to do homework. There's homework. She's like, it's only 6 o'clock, which is also insane because it's like, that's pretty late, Amber.
But
it's a school night.
This starts happening. Gary's doing this because Leah's crying and he wants it to be over, is what it seems like.
But I think he also probably wants, I would make you know how many passive aggressive comments I'd make in this dinner about the time? I'd be mentioning it all the time.
Yeah.
Because I just don't like. And Amanda here in the comment says, I'm always late. Listen, I don't mind if you're late, although I do mind, but I'm chronically early. The problem is I can't imagine leaving my house when the thing's supposed to start and not having a full meltdown, chewing my fingernails down to the bloody core, texting the person like every 1 minute, being like, here's my estimated time, here's where I am, here's the stoplight I'm at. Right.
Well, yes. Personally, I think there are situations where I do choose to be there later.
Yeah.
But those would be like if you're going to a group setting thing, whatever.
Or your daughter's birthday, of course.
But not
I'm
late.
I'm gonna choose to make an arrival.
If I were anywhere close to an hour late for something, I would have canceled. I wouldn't, like, I just probably wouldn't even go. I like, what?
No present. I love that you clocked that because I didn't even think of that. But so they're talking about the time, and then Gary's like I don't know what, but it continues to escalate, and Leah's crying, and then Gary, this is wild. Gary at one point goes like, "It's okay, Leah, it's okay," and Amber's like, "No, it's okay, Leah, I'm fine." She thinks Leah's crying because Gary's yelling at Amber.
Amber is also like, you're getting to that age where you're gonna need me more than ever because you're gonna just be wild.
I would love someone to. I'm gonna have to rewatch it anyway for this thing with Jody, so I'm probably gonna take a tally of how many times Amber says "I" or "me" or "my."
It's like the ultimate narcissistic manipulation bullshit. Right? Because she, even towards the end, it's like they're leaving and everything. And Amber's like, see, this is why I can't get close to her. See, this is why, because you always take her away from me. See, you always take her away from me. I can't ever get close to her. Fuck you, Amber. You dumb piece of crap.
She kind of reminds me of Tom Sandoval. I feel like they'd be an interesting match.
I'm tired of propping these people up.
They just genuinely don't see how ridiculous they're being and how they don't. That's what's so frustrating. Is that I'm so overly self-aware about everything I'm saying or doing at all times that I can't imagine she walked out of this restaurant and still thought that she was in the right. For sure. Probably today she thinks that she's in the right. No,
what about this?
Yeah. So here's another this dropped the day that episode aired. So she was waiting on this news. Also, they used this picture from her from 8 years ago. This is when she was dating. No, this is when she was dating Anbu. But Amber Portwood is engaged to new boyfriend, whose name is Gary, after less than a year of dating. Great idea, Amber, especially based on your track record.
I cannot imagine that there is any reality where Amber ends up with someone who's normal and will help her be balanced. There's no chance, no reality, none of it. So, unfortunately.
So maybe Matt was her best was her like
I
who did she
actually
have to
think
end up with? Should she date Tom Sandoval? Like, would that actually they would
I
kill
think
each other, but I
Gary
think they'd
was
have
her
crazy.
best bet.
Gary's kind of a huge piece of shit though, too, though.
He is, but isn't Christina kind of okay, people think, or something?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what I mean, it's like you're with Gary,
Anyway,
so there's gotta be something wrong with you somewhere in there, but
we
anyway.
good on that?
Yeah, but Teen Mom, guys, check
Yay.
it out. I mean, I'm gonna keep now that Grey's is over, I can do weekly Teen Mom recaps.
Yeah, I'm
They'll be
excited
way
for
more
that.
impassioned than my Grey's stuff. So yeah,
People
everyone
like
watch
Teen
it.
Mom,
Hell
baby.
yeah, they're back. She's back. And
That was a slip of the finger. I actually didn't mean to cut you off that time.
I was just gonna say she's like in her 30s now, so it's like it's not as cute anymore.
Yeah, it's all just kind of like
Her daughter is
really,
almost
girl?
the age Amber was when she got pregnant.
And her daughter absolutely hates her with
Oh.
every fiber of her being.
Well, in the next episode, she's gonna ask Christina to adopt her, and Amber's gonna get pissed.
Wow.
Yeah. Leah knows how to make good television. Hell yeah. All right, sorry. She does.
This week, we do have Inside Out 2 coming out. And
I'm
I'll say
excited.
I'm gonna watch it. And it is one of the movies that they are putting out in 3D. I love a 3D movie.
Oh, it's too much stimulation for me, babe.
Well, they're not putting them out enough now. So when I saw that they're going to have it in 3D, I was like, well, that seals the deal. I will be there. What I did go see last night, though, was a movie I'd been wanting to see for a couple weeks. And that was Babes with Alana Glazer and Michelle Buteau. Okay.
Okay. Sounds like you hated it.
I did leave before the very end.
Oh my God.
Because I was over it.
I left the Celine Dion concert right before the last song, which was My Heart Will Go On.
Okay, I would
popped right out.
I might do that.
First out of the parking lot.
Now, if you've listened, I have railed against being a single person and everyone's married and have kids and blah 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 blah. That was a lot of what this movie was about. I think this movie probably is okay for some people.
Was it too triggering?
It wasn't for me. No, it wasn't even triggering. It was boring. Because I felt no connection to a lot. Like, okay, I will give you, it was really weird. It had a lot of tonal. Now, I support both of these women. In fact, I think both of them are hilarious. That's why I thought it would be really funny. And it has tonal problems because it goes back and forth it'll have these like over the top zany scenes where it's like talking about pooping and someone shitting in a blah, blah, blah. And then it'll be like, have a scene on a couch where they're like, yeah, when I chose to go through with having Tommy, I just really struggled. I didn't know what to do. I really struggled afterwards and blah, 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 which I think is fine. But it really struggled to understand what movie it wanted to be. How about that? Mm-hmm. The opening scene is that Michelle Buteau is pregnant and she's going to go into labor. So her and Alana go to a movie. And the thing with Alana is that she is playing... It's hard. She wrote this with someone. She's, I think, going to struggle to pull herself away from her character, Alana from Broad City, because this very much just gave me like Alana grown up. It was like, I'm the quirky girl who, we like her and Michelle Buteau go to a movie in the first scene. And it's like, they keep switching spots because Michelle Buteau is like, I'm sitting in a wet seat. Why is this seat wet? Then she moves to another seat. This seat's wet too. What's going on?
Sounds like going to a movie with Joan.
Move to another seat. Why is this seat wet? It's because her water's breaking because she's pregnant.
Okay.
Har, 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 har. Then they do a whole thing where Alana gets down on her knees with her camera phone in the freaking movie theater while there's other people, and she has the flashlight looking at her vagina being like, okay, how dilated am I? Okay, so I'm kind of like, you're this much dilated. And they're like, okay, let's go out to eat before I have to be in labor for 45 hours. And then they go out to a restaurant, and then she's literally water dripping, like water breaking at the restaurant. The joke is that the waiter comes up and is like, ma'am, there seems to be a spill under your seat. I'm so sorry about that. And she's like, you know what? It's okay. I'm in labor. It's just going to keep coming. So just leave it for now. And he's like, I'm
Ew.
sorry. I'm going to have to do something about that because that's bodily fluids.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Okay, no, I was actually like on the waiter's side there, and I was like,
That's what I'm saying. And it's like, was that supposed to be
changing a baby's
funny?
diaper like on like a table?
So then after this, like she goes into labor, they go to the hospital. Alana's going and she meets a guy on the subway. Okay.
Yeah.
Just so happens that the guy was shooting a Martin Scorsese movie. He was an extra in it. He had he's not an extra because he had 2 lines. And in exchange for the 2 lines he had in the movie, he was given this fabulous tux. That was his pay. That was illogical and made no sense to me. Then they go into this 10-minute conversation and they're like, yeah, I've never had sex unprotected. Oh, me neither. I've never had unprotected sex. Yeah, diseases are too, which I understand. That part didn't bug me at all. But I'm like, okay, you're having this conversation when you just met this person. Yeah, I've never had unprotected sex. Yeah, me neither. Oh, really? Yeah, I get tested regularly every month. Oh, yeah, I go to the clinic down the way. Oh, yeah, you go see the twins at the twin doctors at the clinic and get your STD test every month. Yeah, me too. I just was there. You know what? Are we going to have sex tonight? Yeah, let's have sex. You know what? I really was thinking, because you said you've never had sex without a condom, that I think that since we've both never had sex without a condom, that tonight we should both have sex tonight without a condom for the first time ever. Oh, did you recently get tested? Yeah, I just got tested last week. Oh yeah, me too, with the same guys.
Oh my God, I don't even need this exposition. Couldn't they have not even had that conversation? Also, I don't believe that any of these people has never had sex without a condom. They should. You're missing out. It's way better.
So then they have sex. I'm gonna give a spoiler alert. So 3, 2, 1. If you guys, I wouldn't recommend this movie anyway. So, but
He dies.
he literally died because she tries to text him. Okay, she's like trying to text him the next day. Nothing. He never responds to any of her texts. A month later, she texts him. He never responds. She's like, oh my God, you know what? I remember. He went to the same doctor as I do. So she goes and she goes to the doctor and she's like, hey, and it's those 2 twins who like have, it's those twin black guys who've been in stuff and they're both really skinny and they like rap, they play cameos in a bunch of crap. And I'm pretty sure they were in a Broad City episode. Anyway, they do this whole thing and they're like, she's like, so you guys recently you've had this patient. His name was Cliff or something. They're like, oh, we can't talk about that. That's HIPAA. And they're like, oh yeah, that's HIPAA. Oh, we can't talk about that because it's HIPAA. HIPPA. That's HIPAA. HIPAA. Oh yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Do you know what HIPAA is?
Yeah.
It's like you can't tell people medical records. This is what this is all the comedy of the movie. This is what I'm saying. It was not funny because it was like, ooh, a HIPAA joke. Har 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 har.
Don't see, babes.
This was what really sent me over the edge. Is there was a scene where they said that it was cute. It was kind of cute when their kid pisses in their mouth when their kid's piss gets in their mouth when they're changing its diaper.
God, kids suck.
The dad comes out and he has pee all over his shirt. And they're like, oh no, what happened? He's like, well, Tommy, a spray out. And he's like, but you know what? It's kind of cute when it gets in your mouth.
Okay. Come on. Let's do better.
Who is this movie for? That's my question. Who the fuck is this movie fucking for? Because it ain't for me, baby. Yeah, there was a HIPAA rap. There was a motherfucking HIPAA rap, and it needed to be abolished quickly.
TikTok, you don't stop.
Woo!
We're in the home stretch now here, baby. Hit him with the TikTok shit, y'all. I guess a bull got out. See, I didn't know about any of these things, but Amanda's like, oh yeah, I have total things from him.
I've seen 25 fucking views of this thing. And like, okay, so a bull got out. This was at the Sisters Rodeo. Now, I come from a cowboy town. I am heavily against rodeo. I think it's total animal abuse. I can't believe that it exists. I had to go to a rodeo because like a couple years ago, because my grandpa was still alive and my dad like very much forced me. But when they got into like the calf roping and stuff, I like literally just went in and like stood there like inside so I couldn't see anything because I was that girl.
It's
But
like
I'm like, I don't care.
barbaric.
It was horrible. But anyway, so this bull gets out. Okay, so there's all these different views of this because so many people are taking video. And the funniest thing is that it was happening while everyone was singing in unison, proud to be an American. So it's like the bull was like it was like on
Fuck
like
your shit.
it was like, and I'll gladly stand up, and it like jumps the fence. And so you can't see like where this bull goes. But then obviously throughout the night, or the day, I mean, I was up at 3:30. It was just different views were coming in, and everyone was just following all these views. You can see the same people commenting, hilarious. And this is the best one that I've got. This person is yeeted. Now you can kind of see like there's a bull there, and then above is like a vertical. This looks like the falling man, and a vertical black figure. That is that person being yeeted, flipped in the air like twice, a woman. And there's just these three people, the two people there that are like facing the bull as if they're chilling. This bull is running, everyone's screaming like, get out of the way. And this bull approaches, and there's just three women like standing around like holding like beer, just like chilling. And
I've seen recently TikToks like where destructive crazy shit's happening, and the people just stand there, and then the comments will be like, survival instincts on 0. Like you do nothing, you don't run away, you're just like,
I mean, I understand the idea of just being completely shell-shocked, but they didn't really even seem phased. I guess it probably just happened so quickly. I mean, if you're thinking you and me are standing there with a beer, we're looking at each other, and then you just look over and there's a bull running towards you. I mean, what are you really going to do? That's not even... You don't even have time to have instincts. But this person got fucking yeeted in the air, and I think everyone's okay, but there were quite a few injuries. But what I love is the vibe check in a lot of the comments. People are being like, "Is the bull okay? Where's the bull?"
Yeah.
I do like that because that's always my first concern. It's like, okay, but the animal was not put down, right? Because it didn't do anything fucking wrong. Didn't want to hear your fucking America song anymore. God.
You'd probably like put it down anyway, because that's what they do with bulls from that. Now to wrap things up, there has been this wave of this makeup trend where it's like sa na 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 sa na 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 sa.
It's so good, and like this girl is the best.
It's amazing.
Her name is Camilla Pudim, and she like this video has 29 million likes on this.
29 million likes, meaning that it has like 100 million views. Now that means this bitch made $100,000 probably off this video.
But I mean, she deserves that.
I mean, for real.
Like, and this one isn't that video, but that one's good too. But it's a lot of I think actually all of the thing I've seen in her is Spanish songs. But this one is the song from Encanto, right? No, Coco.
Oh, okay. Because I've seen a different one.
It's called
where they're
Coco,
like
Coco Loco
from India, I think.
There's a lot of people using the same one, but this is the best one. But if you guys know what we're talking about, I mean, I will sit and watch all of these because
they do this thing where they like they do like a transition, like where they'll put their hands up like this, and then like, their face will look different, and they'll have like different makeup, and it's wild.
Just to even just get your head in that exact same space so that it's completely seamless. It's so impressive. And the makeup, I suck at doing makeup, and I couldn't imagine being able to just paint myself, especially like myself, while looking in a mirror. Like, amazing. No. So check her out. I'm sure she did. And also this girl is my favorite because I love her face, like the way she smiles. I think she's so beautiful and she's so expressive, and her eyes just look really friendly. I don't know. Maybe I have a crush on her. I think I have a crush on Camila Pudim, but so impressive. I could never do anything like that. Cute. I have no talent. Yeah. You watching anything on TikTok lately?
I am so spread thin with trying to make one thing or another, making a short or making a TikTok or making a Canva post for my actual job, which I am a realtor in the Phoenix metro area. If you are interested, I do have a few properties actually currently for sale. We have a beautiful condo in Scottsdale. We have
I looked through that one.
Home in Queen Creek, and another one in the Moon Valley area in Phoenix. So let me know if you're looking, even if you'd like to, start your adventure. Anyway, what I do want to know before this is, can you guys let us know in the comments, like, does it say down there that you can give us
oh yeah, you can tip us like super thanks and thank you.
That's what we're still learning because we just hit our 500 mark. But
That's one of the things.
write in a comment, like give us a comment right now. Like, does it say down there you can give us stickers or anything like that? I just want to
There's something
know.
to click. I don't even know what I would do if I was watching this, where to look.
Like, or is there a gift or something? Does it say something?
You don't have to do it.
I'm not saying you need to
Just
do
tell
it.
us.
Yeah, I mean, if you'd like to, you can. That's not why I brought it up. I'm wanting to know because you guys are looking at it. So anyone, is there a place on there?
Just let us know.
Anyway, also, if you aren't subscribed to us and you're somehow just watching this, because I know that people do watch this. I see the analytics and there are unsubscribed people watching this. And if you are unsubscribed, hit subscribe.
Salo
away. It did work. Thanks.
Thank you.
Woohoo! Wow. Oh my God. I'm blushing because, oh my God. It's like in a store when they have like their first dollar and they put it in a frame and they hang it up on the wall.
That. Yeah.
It's our first super sticker.
Away. Yes, perfect.
Okay. So cool. Subscribe, hit like, check out our podcast Pod in the City on the podcast places for our Sex in the City podcast. And Salo all the way. I'm always anyway. I love you guys.
Love you guys. We'll see you next week. Hopefully, a lot more fun stuff to dish on. And everyone, watch Teen Mom. Love you guys.
Bye. Oh God.